Advance on. We made it to the main event of UFC Fight Night. Allen versus Craig in the middleweight division. Brendan All In Allen taking on Paul Bear Jew Craig. Brendan Allen, the 27-year-old out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He's 22-5 with 13 submission victories on his record. He's on a bit of a tear, riding a 5-fight win streak coming into this weekend. Most recently submitting Bruno Silva. By the way, in his 5-fight win streak, 4 out of the 5 have been submission victories. Most recently, that Bruno Silva one was in the very first round. He got a rear naked choke. He'll be standing across from another submission threat. This is why this fight is going to be so interesting. Paul Bear Jew Craig, the 35-year-old out of Coatbridge, Scotland, 17-6 with 1 draw and 13 wins by submission. Most recently TKOing Andre Muniz back in July of this year. Bear in mind, Paul Craig has fought a lot of his career up at 205 and came down after back-to-back losses against Volkan Ozdemir, Johnny Walker, came down to 85 and TKO'd Andre Muniz and looked very, very good down at 185 pounds. A new entrant to the contest here at middleweight. And man, he looked good. I will go first.
You've been going
I will
first
say
a lot tonight. You're feeling confident over there.
I'm feeling it, man. Get my bad picks out of the way. This is a great fight on paper. These are both very talented guys. Both of them are huge submission threats. Mark is going to be disappointed in me in this one. I'm going to go against his guy in Brendan Allen. I think Paul Craig continues to look very, very dangerous and very relevant now at middleweight. He gets a big win over the young gun, Brendan Allen. I'll say TKO. I don't think he's going to get a submission over the submission artist in Brendan Allen. I'll say he's going to get a TKO in round 4. Omar, why don't you go?
Mark goes last. I kind of love this fight, to be honest. Paul Craig has kind of found his moment here at 185. It seems like had a great performance, obviously, against Andre Muniz. And I think against most people, I'd be picking Paul Craig to win. But Brendan Allen is a motherfucker. That's just a reality at this point. Very difficult for me to pick against Brendan Allen, even against a submission artist like Paul Craig, specifically because Brendan Allen's really goddamn good on the ground. And as good as Paul Craig is at catching dudes and being opportunistic on the ground, I just think Brendan Allen has more tools to win this fight and to stay safe. So I'm gonna go with Brendan Allen here, and I'm gonna be really bold here. I think he chokes out Paul Craig.
Wow.
Second
Stop
round.
it.
I know.
Wow.
I know.
So this is another one with really surprising odds to me. This card has had a lot of weird odds. Brendan Allen is minus 450. Paul Craig is plus 330 as the underdog.
Wow.
I don't understand how some of these are as wide as they are. And again, this one pretty much started this way from what I can see.
Wow.
Okay, so 1 inch of height and 1 inch of reach for Paul Craig. It's a great fight. I don't love it because I don't want to see either of these guys pick up an L right now. I think they're both really interesting at middleweight. As good as Brendan Allen is, and as you guys know, I'm a big believer in his skills. To finish Paul Craig is a pretty big ask, because is he going to find a sub on Paul Craig? Obviously, Omar thinks so, but not sure about that. And yes, some like big, huge knockout artists at light heavyweight have knocked Craig out, but I'm not sure Brendan Allen is quite that either. And if Allen can't finish him, as this fight goes on and it gets a little uglier and a little clinchier and a little grapplier, I think Paul Craig becomes very live in the late rounds to snatch something up on the mat, because that dude never stops coming. And he's going to try to push a pace too and wear Brendan Allen's cardio down as the fight goes on. So I am torn. as I said, I think the odds are insane. I think whatever the odds are on Craig to find a late finish, like finish in rounds 4 and 5, that type of bet is probably worth a sprinkle for whatever those odds are going to be with him being this big of a dog. But I am going to go with Brendan Allen. He's just a better overall fighter. His grappling is so damn good that you would think it should stack up just fine against Paul Craig's. He generally stuffs takedowns well. He reverses positions so well, and Craig can be prone to that. And he's the much more skilled striker. Not that he's some elite striker, because he's not, but he should still be a level or two above what Paul Craig is. So I just want to trust the better overall fighter to get things done. I could absolutely see it go the other way. And because I'm nervous about the later rounds, I'm going to say it gets finished, even though I don't 100% see that. But I'm going to say Brendan Allen, round 3 TKO.
Okay.
I like it.
And that is it.
And for the record, I love both these guys. I'm going to be sad for whoever loses. What'd you say, Mark?
Yeah, I wish they both got a shot at like an established top flight middleweight. I feel like they're both super interesting right now. I wish one didn't have to get turned back here.